By the power vested in me, I hereby constitute this assembly as a legal congregation of the University of Pretoria. During this assembly, degrees with all the associated rights and privileges will be conferred in absentia to the candidates whose names appear in the graduation program on 10th December 2020. We request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements of our students. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as Chancellor of the University of Pretoria, I welcome you to this virtual graduation ceremony. I have present today, and it's my pleasure to welcome Professor Tawane Kope, the Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Elsabi Skuman, the Dean, Faculty of Law, Professor Charles Maimela, Deputy Dean, Faculty of Law, and Professor Franz Verleun, Director, Center for Human Rights, and also Dr. Ebi Matsecha, Deputy Director, Department of Enrollment and Student Administration. I welcome you all, and now it is my honor and privilege to call on the Vice Chancellor to deliver his short address.
Thank you, Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, as Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Pretoria, I welcome you to this virtual graduation ceremony. You are our smallest cohort of graduates this year, and despite all the challenges brought by the global COVID-19 pandemic, you have succeeded and we celebrate your achievement today. So accept my congratulations to each of you on behalf of the broader University of Pretoria community. So much of this year has been marked by sickness and loss, violence, political upheavals, and the persistent threat to democracy and the rule of law in Western nations. Your graduation comes as a happy moment amid the general chaos. Even amidst this chaos, you can be proud that your faculty and one of your fellow doctoral students, Ms. Beryl Orao, together with Professor Christo Haynes and others, helped to rewrite the law at the United Nations on the rights of assembly and the use of police force in gatherings and protests. You can be proud that UP's research has struck at the heart of the world's conscience, especially in a year that has been characterized by protests against police brutality and the importance of Black Lives Matter. As alumni of this faculty, you carry this achievement with you with pride as well. Today, you formally graduate with all the associated rights and privileges that your degree confers on you. You have graduated from one of the top universities in the country and the world. In fact, as graduates of the Faculty of Law, you are graduating from the top law school on the continent and amongst the top 100 in the world, as well as a world-leading center for human rights. Always carry that with as much pride as we have in you. As we think about the future of higher education in post-COVID-19 world, it is important that we look at the most important principle which has characterized the University of Pretoria's handling of this year, a principle which is close to all your hearts, and that is justice. As a cohort of human rights lawyers, activists and advocacy specialists, we'll be proud of your alma mater's consistent application of this principle to ensure that all our students were granted equal and equitable access to allow them to succeed with their studies. We rallied sponsors and donors to support us as we delivered laptops to all students who needed them and had our online portals zero-rated so that students who could not afford mobile data or other internet access were accommodated. These online resources were accessed over 5 million times during lockdown, and students and lecturers have been reporting high levels of success with the blended or hybrid teaching and learning model. Fortunately for us, we've been developing our online learning and teaching model for over 20 years. So our students and our staff made a natural transition to what is now the new normal. In fact, a good online system is a key pillar in what could become a driver in opening up access to education and higher education in particular. This massification of education, in which the many can access online what the few could only be accommodated in person, allows for a more egalitarian approach to education that can be accessed anywhere and at any time. We know that without equitable access to education, social, economic, and restorative justice would never be achievable. Education, and higher education in particular, is often seen as a way to uplift people out of poverty by ensuring that a person could secure employment. In Africa, we have rampant unemployment levels in many countries across the continent. This is in part due to the economic difficulties developing nations face, as well as the historic devaluation of our economies to ensure a high level of profit from our unsustainably extractive economies under colonial rule. In order to mitigate the dwindling job prospects for young people in formal employment, UP designed special ready-for-work or entrepreneurship online training programs with access to resources to help our students achieve their goals in the world beyond university. You too can sign up for these modules in order to gain new skills in today's ever-changing work and business environments. As you know, education is vitally important in lifting people out of poverty and is seen as an enabler of social mobility for people to improve their own lives, those of their families and communities, and to make a contribution to national sectors, whether the public sector, private sector, or civil society. And is generally key to the development of human resources necessary to drive socio-economic development so that the continent can address its challenges. Higher education, particularly at research-intensive levels like master's and doctoral degrees levels, helps to ensure that future societies are not built on conventional thinking, and future solutions to human and global well-being are not found in outdated traditional approaches. These solutions require bold thinking and research, agile and positive shifts. African universities, scholars, and professional practitioners like yourselves need to come to the fore with strategies and solutions to some of the world's most pressing concerns. This year provided us with a new opportunity to reimagine universities, to revolutionize our role in reconstructing a better future for South Africa and our continent. New ways of thinking and applying knowledge give us an opportunity to disrupt the world as we know it by finding innovative new ways to address poverty, unemployment, and inequality, and strive for social justice. We must be able to envision a better, more sustainable world characterized by prosperity, genuine democracy, peace, equity and equality, social justice, and ethical use of all resources. All of us must aim to leave the world better than we found it. As new alumni of the University of Pretoria, remember the values from UP to always strive for excellence, persevere, respect everyone, be creative, innovate, embrace diversity, grow, be a lifelong learner, be kind, and make a difference every day. This is what makes up the UP way of life. You can join our family of over 300,000 alumni anywhere in the world by downloading the UP Connect Graduate app, which always has exciting opportunities and news for alumni. Remember to always keep in contact with the alumni office at UP and let us know when your contact details change. Enjoy the celebration with your loved ones and enjoy the sense of achievement that comes with knowing that you have excelled against all odds and achieved the best that you could. Congratulations once again to all of you on your graduation. Thank you and stay safe.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my privilege and honor as the Chancellor of the University of Pretoria to thank Professor Cooper for a very inspiring message. I'm sure I'm thanking him on your behalf as graduates and also on behalf of your parents, relatives, and friends who have been supporting you throughout the time of your studies. I thank him in particular for the measures they have taken to ensure that your education continues under the COVID conditions. I extend our thanks to all the members of the executive leadership of the university and to the Dean of the Faculty of Law in this case. We're very grateful to all of you. It is now my pleasure as Chancellor of the University to confer all candidates who have complied with all the requirements for the degrees whose names appear in the graduation program during the 2020 summer graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the proceedings. By the powers vested in me, I hereby dissolve this Assembly of the University of Pretoria.